It turns out that barbecued brisket and corned beef have more in common than you think. Corned beef and cabbage at Junior's in Brooklyn.
Photo, Adam Bluesteinst.
Patrick's Day is about more than just green beer and Shamrock Shakes, of course. It's about corned beef and cabbage, too. Even with parades cancelled and many bars closed due to COVID-19, a recent survey by the National Retailers Federation and Prosper Insights and Analytics found that 49% of U.S. adults plan to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year, spending an estimated $5.1 million. Of consumers surveyed, 32% were planning a special dinner or celebration at home, giving a bump to sales of foods that fall into the trade groups traditional Irish basket, including Irish butter, soda bread, and corned beef brisket. Thanks to my upbringing among argumentative connoisseurs of Jewish deli products, I've come to hold strong opinions about corned beef, the good, the bad, the saltily sublime. But I confess I've always been confused by the annual appearance of the Irish version that went by the same name. A year spent in quasi-quarantine, deprived of access to real deli meat, recently inspired me to investigate. There's a lot of St. Patrick's Day corned beef in my supermarket's meat section now.
If I went to the supermarket and picked up one of these vacuum-sealed packages of brined brisket, boiled it up, sliced it, and slapped it between slices of rye, would I have a decent approximation of the currently unavailable-to-me experience of ordering a sandwich from Katz's, New York's oldest deli of When Harry Met Sally fame?
Historically, it turns out, Irish and Jewish versions of corned beef are basically the same thing. While Ireland had a thriving salted beef export business in the 17th and 18th centuries, beef wasn't widely eaten in Ireland itself.
The name corned beef comes from the corns, or small crystals of salt used to cure the meat that became a shipboard staple for sailors in British naval fleets.
The evidence shows that corned beef and cabbage didn't become an Irish tradition until Irish immigrants coming to America in the early 20th century found themselves living next to other recent immigrants, notably Eastern European Jews, in crowded New York City neighborhoods. Popular song titles from the time: It's Tough When Izzy Rosenstein Loves Genevieve Malone, 1910, My Yiddish Colleen, 1911, and If It Wasn't for the Irish and the Jews, 1912, capture the multicultural moment. Ethnic foodways also mixed. Instead of cooking up the traditional meal of boiled bacon, cabbage, and potatoes they would make for St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, Irish immigrants noticed that corned beef, a luxury product at home, was relatively cheap at the local Jewish butcher shops, and they made a substitution that stuck.